Hi guys, good evening all. Today we're going to discuss about most important data types of list, tuple, dictionary and set. Okay, so first we'll start with that a list data structure here. List I'm discussing here. So as we know that a variable which used to hold the value. See a variable a which used to hold only a single value. We cannot hold multiple values into the single variable of a. In the case of if you want to hold more than one value in the same variable of a, we need help of arrays in other language like C or Java or C++. There we need the concept of arrays concept. Arrays are used to hold similar type of elements which are stored in a single variable. Similar type of elements in the sense, if I take an array, let us take a integer array. If I take int a of 5 in C language, there we can hold in this variable of a only integers 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. we can take we can take only integer values in this array of a. We cannot hold other than arrays. We cannot hold other than array elements in this a, because we clearly mentioned that is the data type of a here is an integer. Data type of a is integer. We cannot store other than integers into the variable of a. But there we have a flexibility in whether we have flexibility in the Python. So here the list data type which is used to hold heterogeneous objects in the same variable of list, we can hold different data type of elements. As we are seeing that in a variable of integer variable of a array a, we cannot hold other than integers. We cannot hold in float value. We cannot hold string value. We cannot hold like complex value like 10 plus 5 select. So here integer array a of a which can hold only integer type of elements only. If you want to hold other than this type, there is no option like in the C language. If you want to hold there, we require a structures concept. There we have to declare all the different data type of elements in structure type. But that's a very complex thing in the C language. So that thing is simplified in the Python. Here we can store different data type of elements in a single variable. Let us take L is a list data type, list variable, equal to the list in general which is enclosed between square brackets. The list of elements are enclosed between square brackets. Okay, so here 10 comma 20.5 comma, and we can store hello comma, and we can give that complex number also 10 plus 5. See here we given different data type of elements here which are enclosed in a square brackets which is holded by a single variable of L here. L is a list data type here. See here 10 is integer, as we know that 20.5 is float data type, and hello is a string data type, and 10 plus 5 is complex data type. 10 plus 5 is a complex data type here. See different data type of elements we are holding in a single variable, that is L. That flexibility we have in the Python. Okay, so which means a list is a variable which is holding heterogeneous objects, one thing. And also list can be indexed. So if you want to access these elements in the list, we can access them by using a list indexing. So what is the indexing? Let us give first element of the list have that 0 index, 1 index value, 2 index value, and 3 index value. See the indexing of that any variable or any sequence which starts with a 0 in Python or C. Even in arrays also we have that indexing. We start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is the indexing. So there we have indexing is positive indexing and negative indexing. Let us take the variables of similar type to understand better. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. We have that 4 elements. 5 elements we have it. So here the positive indexing in the sense which starts with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which starts from left side and ends with the right side. This is called positive indexing. It's called positive indexing. And negative indexing starts from right to left. -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. It's from right to left. Negative indexing. This is called negative indexing. There you have that positive indexing and negative indexing in that given list of elements. So that positive indexing and negative indexing can be any type of data we have, which will enclose between square brackets. Okay, this is the positive indexing always starts with 0, and negative indexing starts with a -1. Negative indexing from right to left, positive indexing from left to right. So these indexing, why we need this indexing concept? If you want to access the elements of the list, what is the mean of accessing? If I want to print, if I want to get the value of 20 from the given list of L, how can we access that? We will access this one with the help of indexing only. L of what is the index value? Positive indexing value 1. L of 1, if I mention L of 1, it gives the value of 20. If I give that L of 2, we'll get the here 30 because the index value is 2. So here we'll get 30. If I take the minus negative indexing value, we can also take that L of -1, which gives the result is 50, because negative indexing value of -1, we have the 50. If I take that L of -5, which gives the value of 10, which gives the value of 10, this is the negative indexing. So we can access the elements of the given list by using positive indexing or either negative indexing. We can use it to access the elements. And one more important point we have to remember on the list is mutable. List is mutable. What's the mean of mutability? Mutable means once we create the list, we can modify the elements of the list. What's the mean of element modification? Let us take L equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. We have the three valued list we have here. I want to replace the 20 with the 999. I want to replace the value of 20 with the 999. First we should write that indexing for these list values. First one we have the 0, second we have the 1, third one we have the 2. If I mention that L of 1, which gives the 999 as the value, which gives that 999 as a value. So see, L of 1, sorry, L of 1 gives that 20 as the value. I wanted to change this. I want to replace 20 with that 999. So how can you do that? L of 1 is equal to 999. Now if I print L value, the result will be 10 comma 999. Instead of 20 will get 999, 30 will get it. So here what we are doing, we are changing the value of 20 and we are replacing the 20 with the 999. That means we are modifying that values of the list. The concept of modification is called mutability. That means list is mutable. Once we create, we can modify the elements of the list. We can modify the elements of the list. Okay, that is the mutability, and indexing is allowed. And the list data type, we can also perform slicing concept. And list data type, we can also perform slicing operations. So what is mean of a slicing, as we know that? So when we take that a list of values of 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60 comma 70, we have it. See, in general, indexing, with the help of indexing, we can access one element only, one element at the time. So at a time, we can access only one element by using a indexing concept. If I want access to 50, how will I access? L of 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 5, and 6. If I want to access the 50th value, L of 4 will get it. When you do that L of 4, which gives the value of 50. Gives the value of 50 here. Okay, but I want to get the values 3 or 4 values at a time. I want to get these 3 values. I want to get 30, 40, 50 values at a time. I want to get 30, 40, 50 at a time. Okay, how will you get it? So if you want to get these 3 values at a time, one way using slicing only. The possibility we have that by using slicing. The syntax for the slicing is L of starting index value colon, we'll have that end index value, starting index value and index value colon. Okay, so we have only two options. One is start index value colon and index value, we have it elf. So what is the start index value? I want to get the values from 30 to 50. What is the starting value we required? 2. So how will you get it? L of 2 starting index value given, and index value till we required 50. What's the 50th index value? 4. But we should give 5. Why should we give the 5? By default, when you give the 5, it takes 5 minus 1 till 5 minus 1 only till 4. So the end index value always be subtracted with a 1. And index value always be subtracted with 1. Okay. So that's why we need to give plus 1 as an index value. When you are taking, if you want to get the values till 60, L of 2 colon from 2 to 60. So what is the 60th index value? 5. But we should give 6 instead of 5. If we give the 5 instead of 6, it will give till only 50. Okay, that is the first syntax of that indexing slicing concept. The second way, if I want to get only alternative values of these, there we can give L of start index value, L of start index colon end index value, ending index value colon, we can also give the step value, we can also require the step value. So what is the mean of step value? For example, here with the values, we have the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I want to get first value and I should leave the second value. I should get 30 and I should leave the 40 and I should get 50 and I should get 70. So the alternate should be missed one. To get this alternate number 10, 30, 50 and 70, 10, 30, 50 and 70, 10, 30, 50 and 70, there we need to give the step value. The step value will be a number. If I give the 2, the by default step value is 1. By default step value is 1. Okay, that is step value. Okay, the next 2 means of a step. When you get the 2, 2 minus 1, which means one value will be left. One value will be left. Okay, so this is the way. So let us check this practically, so how it will be happen. So let us go to that Jupyter notebook to get the values here. So let us take that one empty file here. uh, let us take that. I'm going to create a Python empty file here. Okay, here I'm going to get it here. So here I'm going to take the list L equal to of 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. So just I'm executing this by clicking on run button. I want to get L of 0. Okay, 10. L of minus 1, if I get is negative indexing. L of minus 1 means which takes from right to left. Takes from right to left. Okay, now. So now if I want to do the perform, if you want to perform a list slicing, L of 2 colon, if I take the 2 colon, so 5 values means of 5 if I give it. So 2 to 5, 30, 40, 50, as I said that. 2 means of 0th value, first value and second values. From 30, third, fourth till fourth we'll get it. Okay, we'll get it. Okay, so this is the, when you give that step value, which means of L equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60 comma 70 comma 80 90. Okay, when well executed, I just run that code and I'm going to apply step value. So starting value I'm going to give that 1 colon till 9 colon, I'm giving step value 2. See, 20 we got and 30 is not in the output, and 40 60 and 80 we got it. See, alternate numbers we got the output here. Is the step value. If I give the 3, if I give the 3, it will leave two values. It will print the 20, 30, 40 will not get in the output, and 50 will get it. When you give the 3 means 3 minus 2 will get the two values in the output. We'll get the two values in the output. 20, 50 and 80 will get it. 20, 50 and 80 will get it. So this is the slicing concept in the list. We have that one. Okay. So likewise, and in the list duplicates are allowed. The thing is, in the list data type duplicates are allowed. Duplicates are allowed means of L equal to, we can take 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 20 10 comma 20 comma 10. We can take it. If I print this L, we'll get the values as same. So print of L here will get the same values. So that means duplicates are allowed in the list data type. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the tuple data type. We're going to discuss about the tuple data type. So what's the need of tuple data type? So sometimes we don't want to modify the data which we give in that variable. So tuple is a collection of different or heterogeneous objects. Again, tuple is a collection of heterogeneous elements. Heterogeneous objects means different data type of elements. So tuple is enclosed between brackets. As we know that list is enclosed between square brackets, but tuple is enclosed between brackets. Here also we have heterogeneous object 20.510, and like hello we'll have, and we'll have 10 plus 5 say. Okay, T is a tuple object. It's a heterogeneous objects we have it. Here also we have the same thing, like indexing is allowed. Either positive indexing or negative indexing is allowed. Okay, we can access this. But the major difference between the list and tuple is, major difference between the list and tuple is list is a modifiable, which means mutable, but the tuple is not immutable. Immutable means once we create the tuple, once we create the tuple, we cannot modify the elements of the tuple. Once we create the tuple, we cannot modify the elements of the tuple. That's the thing, a major difference. The remaining all are similar. List and tuple is similar, except that tuple is immutable. Once we create, we cannot modify the elements. The remaining thing, slicing, we can apply, indexing can be used to access the elements of the tuple. Okay, let us check it. How it will happen. So one more thing, in the tuple you have to remember, tuple can be created with the brackets, or tuple can also be created without the bracket. 10 comma 20.5 comma, when you write hello, without the bracket we can also create the tuple. See, here I'm not using any brackets here to enclose these elements, but even though we can create this tuple without the brackets, let us check it whether it's happening or not. So in the tuple data type, I'm going to t equal to what I said, that heterogeneous object 10 comma 20.5 comma, just we are taking hello, and comma 10 plus 5 we have taken. So let us check that. So let me check that what is the type of t here. Here type of t here. Okay, just we take tuple data type. See, here I'm going to create a tuple t1, t1 equal to 10 comma 20.5 comma hello, and comma 10 plus 5 say here. Just I executed it. Just I run this one. I'm going to check the type of t1 here. See, here t1 also is tuple data type. See, here we created the tuple in two different ways. One is by using the brackets, and the other one is without using the brackets. So when we assign more than one value to the single variable, the type of the variable will be tuple data type. When we assign that more than one value by using brackets, can also be, that variable will be a tuple data type. Okay, two ways we can create it. So I said that with the help of indexing, we can access the elements of the tuple t of 0. When we run this one, we get the output is post value. Negative indexing can also be accepted here. Last where 10 plus 5 will get it. got the 10 plus 5j here. We can also apply slicing operation. 1 colon of 4 will access the elements of the tuple. See, 20.5 is second value, third value, and fourth value. We got it. So 1 to 4 means 1 to 3. 3 elements we got here. Okay, we can also apply slicing operation, as I said, that 0 from starting element colon 4 colon 1. Sorry, 2. Alternate elements will get it. Okay, 10. It left that 20.5, and hello, we got it. Only alternate values we got it here. Okay, so the thing is, what I said, tuple is not modifiable. See, first we check that list, how to modify the elements of the list here. So let me check that. I'm going to create a list l equal to, as I said, that list elements can be modifiable, 10 comma 20 comma 30 we have it. Okay, so I'm going to modify the elements of the list here. First we'll print the list, here. We got 10 20 30. I want to replace 10 with that 20 with the triple line. Anything can be L of 1, L of 1, or L of 0. We can modify the elements. It's got modified. And now we'll check it whether the data is modified or not. See, in the place of 20 we got triple line. The list values are modifiable. Now we'll try to create a tuple. We're creating one tuple, 10 comma 20 comma 30 with the same values. I'm creating a tuple. I executed it. Then I'm going to try to assign the value to the tuple. T of 1 uh, is equal to triple line, same way. When you run this one, we got the output here. Tuple object does not support item assignment because tuple is immutable. Once we create the tuple elements, we cannot modify the elements of the tuple. That's the major difference between the list and tuple. That's the major difference between the list and tuple. Okay, so let us check it. The next data type what we have. The next data type we have is a set data type. Next data type we have set data type. So what is the set data type here? Set data type here. Set is similar to list and tuple. It's also a collection of heterogeneous objects which are enclosed between curly braces. So heterogeneous objects means different data type of elements we can enclose in a single variable of S here. S is a set which holds the different data type of elements in a single variable. See, the major difference between the set, tuple, and list is heterogeneous objects collection, and which are enclosed in square brackets, Tuple is a collection of heterogeneous objects which are enclosed in brackets. Now the set is a heterogeneous objects collection which are enclosed in curly braces. A list is mutable. Tuple is immutable. Nothing much difference between these two. But the difference between the list and tuple, which are allowed to hold that similar type of values, similar elements are allowed to hold similar elements. What is the similar elements? As we know that L equal to, we can hold 10 comma 10 comma 10 comma 10. Okay, and here we have indexing 0 1 2 3. We have negative indexing -1 -2 -3 -4. On this tuple and list we can apply slicing also. We can apply slicing operation. But when come to the set data type, here duplicates are not allowed. Here duplicates are not allowed. Here duplicates are not allowed. Which means even though when you give a duplicate elements 10 comma 10 comma 10 comma, so 20 comma 20, it will not raise any error. It simply removes that duplicate elements and gives the result only 10 comma 20 only. It removes that duplicate elements. Okay, it gives that remaining elements only. So that's the thing. And also indexing is not preserved. The meaning of indexing is not preserved is there is no indexing for this one. There is no order system. There is no fixed position for the values. We cannot say that 10 have the 0th position and 20 have the first position. There is no indexing concept in the slicing, in the set data type. So when there is no indexing concept, we cannot access the elements of the set by using indexing. And also we don't have slicing concept on the list, a set data type. We cannot apply slicing concept on the set data type. We cannot apply slicing concept on the set data type. Okay. So let us check in practically. So how will you create the set data type? Here we are creating s equal to brackets, that is curly brackets we are using, 10 comma 20.5 comma and hello comma and comma we have that 10 plus ij we have taken. So just I'm running this statement and we are going to check the type of s here. Type of s here will be set data type. Type of s here is set data type. Okay. So now set data type. So now just I'm going to create duplicate elements into the list. Set data type 10 comma 10 comma 20 comma 20 comma 10 we given it. So now I'm going to print of s here. Just we are printing s here. See, so actually we given how many elements we given? 5 elements we given. Out of these 5 elements, 10 is repeated for 3 times and 20 is repeated for 2 times. When we execute this one, 2 tens got removed and 120 got removed because of duplicates. Okay. And one more thing, indexing is not preserved. As I said, that indexing is not preserved. So let me give the value. So 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. Okay, just we given it. So I'm going to print this print of yes here. See, actually we given the order 10 20 30 40 50 60, but what's the output we got here? The 40, actually the 40 should be in the fourth place, but it's moved to the first place. And 10 50 20 60 30. So we don't know, it's not following any sequence to place the values. It's not following any condition. The orders of these values is not fixed. Insertion order is not preserved. The meaning of this one is insertion order is not preserved. Okay. So when there is no insertion order, we cannot access the elements of the set data type by using indexing. See, when I try to access that s of 0, it will raise an error, that is type error. Set object not subscriptable. The subscriptability means of indexing. There is no subscript. We cannot access the elements of the set data type by using indexing concept here. And we cannot apply slicing concept on this one. When I try to access that 1:4, when I try to access, it's same error we got here. Same error we got here. Set object is not subscriptable. Okay. Only thing is the help of the use of set data type is to remove the duplicates elements in the sequence. Okay. So when you have that duplicate elements in the list, what should we do? We are going to do, we'll convert that to set data type. For example, have a list here 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 10 comma 20 comma 10 comma 10. See, have the duplicate elements in the list. If I want to remove these duplicate elements from the list, what should I do? I'm going to convert the list L1 list to L. So set is a function which will convert other sequence to a set data type. Other sequence to set data type. Instead of L1, let us take S. Anything can be accepted here. Just I'm going to print off S here. See, but all the data, whatever duplicate values we have, is got removed from that given list, and finally it's printed set data type. See, whenever we want to remove that duplicates elements in that given sequence, we'll simply go and use the concept of conversion, that is set data type. Set data type helps us to remove the duplicates in the sequence. Okay. Next thing, so there we have the next very important data type we have, that is a dictionary data type, DICT. Dictionary. See here, dictionary is also collection of heterogeneous object. The major thing is here the values and are like a pairs. Dictionary will hold the data in key and pair values. K and values pair. Key and value pairs. It holds the data in the form of key and value pairs. Why we need this holding the data in key and pair values, key and value pairs? Because of sometimes we have most uh, real time examples here. Sometimes like I mobile and with IME number, because every mobile which requires IME number. Okay, or domain name with a IP address, or DNS with a IP address, domain name with a IP address, or like a student hall ticket number with a student name, student hall ticket number with a student name. These are the pair of values, like student hall ticket number with a marks. All these are the pairs, or subject with a marks. All these pairs. When you want to hold the data in a pair of key and values, there we need the concept of dictionary. Here the dictionary will be created. Dictionary is created by using curly braces. Curly braces. What I said, that key 1 colon value 1 comma and key 2 colon value 2, and so on. We can write any number which are enclosed between curly braces only. Here the thing is, you have to remember, keys should not be duplicated. You have to remember, the point is, keys should not be duplicated, should not be duplicated. Okay, but values can be duplicated. Values can be duplicated. See, to remember this one, as we know that the student hall ticket number should not be duplicated in the same class. There may be a chance of having the two students with the same name. For example, two students, we have that names of Venki and Venki. But that Venki, first Venki will have that hall ticket number is 401. Hall ticket number for that Venki 2 is will be 402. The students will not have the same hall ticket numbers, but there may be a chance of having the student names are similar. So this way, the keys should not be duplicated, but values can be duplicated. And the next point, in the dictionaries, they don't have that indexing concept directly. We don't have that indexing concept. If you want to access the values of the dictionary, there we need the help of key only. If you want to perform any operation on these values, we do all these things with the help of only keys only. For example, if I wanted to access that value 1, then we should take the help of key only. Let us take one example of dictionary. I'm going to take that colon 100 colon Venki, just we are writing Venki, comma 200 colon Prabhu, in double quotes. We are taking a Prabhu. Okay, these are the two values we have in the dictionary. 100 is having the value of Venki, 200 is having value of Prabhu. If I wanted to access that Venki, then how can we access that? With the help of D of 100, we'll write it. D of 100 will give that Venki is the result. If you get the D of 200, which gives the result of Prabhu. Okay, this is the way. Sir, if I want to change that, if I want to modify that Venki, if I want to replace Venki with that something like, okay, how will you do it? We do this one. D of 100 is equal to, okay, D of 100 is equal to, I'm going to create quantum robotics. Quantum robotics will use. Okay, so here Venki will be replaced with the quantum robotics. Instead of Venki, in the place of Venki, will get quantum robotics. Okay, so for example, you suddenly giving which is not existing key. For example, we don't have the key of 300 the dictionary. If you want to try to assign some value with this one, we want to assign some like Charan to this name, Charan. Okay, so that when you try to give this one, and new value will be added to that existing dictionary. Actually, this D have the values of 100 and 200. What I'm doing here, I assigned a 300 key, new key, and assigned value to that key is Charan. Automatically, a new value will be added to this one. So now the D dictionary will have three values. One is 100 Venki, 200 Prabhu. Sorry, 100 value will be replaced. 100 robotics and 200 Prabhu, and 300 will be Charan. Okay, so let us check that what are the operations we are discussing here. We are going to check that operations in the Jupyter notebook here. I'm going to take the dictionary D equal to, I'm going to create that 100 colon Venki and comma 200 colon Prabhu, and okay, we have that one. So I went to that print of D here. Let us check that what the values will be printed. See here, two values got printed here. Let us check the type of D here will be dictionary type. So let us try to modify the values. If you want to access that first value, D of 100 will give it. See, Venki, we got the output. See, if we try to access the element with the indexing 0, there is no key error will get it. D of 0, there is no such a key with the 0. We don't have the key with a 0. So if I want to modify that 100 with the quantum robotics, I'm going to change that quantum robotics. I change this one. When you try to print, when you print the value of D here, print of D, print of D here. See, the value of Venki is got replaced with that quantum robotics. Okay, so the Prabhu will be there. So what I said that if you try to assign a value 300, 300 is equal to Charan, I said that. Okay, so print of D, when you try to print of D, the one more value got added to that existing data. See, actually, we have the two values. One more value got added to the existing data here. And and one thing we clearly mentioned that in the dictionaries, key should not be duplicated. D equal to 100 colon, leave that Venki, and I'm going to take the same key 100 colon Prabhu. So here, what will happen? The Venki will be replaced with the Prabhu. That means the first key pair value will be removed and only second key pair value will be there in the list dictionary, because duplicate keys are not allowed, as I said that. When I try to print off D here, only one value dictionary will be printed here. See, only 100 in Prabhu hearts. But as I said that we can duplicate the values instead of keys. We can duplicate the values 100 colon Venki we can give, and for the 200 also we can give the Venki, nothing will be happen, because duplicate values are allowed to use in the dictionaries. See here, 100 have the Venki and 200 also have the value Venki. Okay, two values have the same, two keys have the same values. So which means keys should not be duplicated, but values can be duplicated. Okay, if I want to create an empty dictionary, if I want to create an empty dictionary, D equal to 2 curly brackets. Then try to check the type of D here will be dictionary. Okay, sir, you have doubted. Set also have that curly brackets. If you try to create here that S also a dictionary data type, it's not a set. If you want to create an empty set, how do you do it? If you want to create with the help of set function only we can use that set function to create empty set here. When use that empty curly braces, that means that is a empty dictionary. That is a empty dictionary. Okay, is it clear?
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
clear the
Clear, sir.
concept? Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask here itself. I'll clarify them. No problem. Okay, let us discuss once more. So, what's the difference between the list and tuple and dictionary? List is a collection of heterogeneous objects which are enclosed between square brackets, which are square brackets. Here the duplicates allowed, heterogeneous objects allowed, and indexing is allowed. Okay, we can modify the elements of that set list. When you take the tuple which are enclosed between brackets, are also duplicates allowed and heterogeneous objects allowed, and we can modify the elements. Can we? Modification is not possible. Okay, we cannot modify. Modification is not possible. Here that modification is possible. When you come to the set, duplicates are not allowed here. Duplicates are not allowed, and indexing is not preserved. When you come to the dictionary, the value, key and pair values will be the values, key and value pairs. 200 colon like Prabhu. Here the thing is we should not duplicate the keys, but values can be duplicated. These are the four different types we discussed here.